Hey guys, it's Jayla. Welcome back. I'm here today to do my finale for my makeup use up project in 2023. I'm also going to take the opportunity, since I'm filming the finale, to also film my intro for 2024. For this video, I like to go through kind of goals I have set for myself in a bunch of different makeup categories about how many items in each category I want to use up. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you the goals I had set at the beginning of 2023, where I was before the last update. I was doing this update, I think, quarterly, and then where I am now in terms of did I meet my number for 2023 or not. And then at the end of this video, we will go over the goals I have set for 2024 this year. Okay, let's get started. The first category is primers, and I had previously met my goal on the eye primer category. I wanted to use one. I ended up using 3, so I met my goal there. For face primers, I had set a goal of 10. As of the last update, I had used 14, so I'd already hit my goal, but I do want to share with you the other primers that I have finished. I have an additional 3. So I have the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Love this product, holy grail. Next one I finished is the Estee Lauder Futurist Aqua Brilliance Watery Glow Primer. I really enjoyed this primer. I would purchase full size. And I also finished the Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. I enjoyed this one as well and would purchase a full size. For facial sprays, I was really worried about this category, you guys. I had set a goal of 10, and in previous years, I had finished way more than that. I had used 8 as of the last update. Now, in previous years, I was mostly using deluxe sizes. I don't have a lot of deluxe sizes in my category anymore. So 10 was a lofty goal this year. I didn't really realize it until like halfway through the year. I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I did. I finished 2 MAC Fix Plus sprays. So I did hit my goal of using 10. Let's see, there was only 1 that was a deluxe size. No, 2 were deluxe sizes. But I also finished the Mario Badescu facial spray, and that has a lot of product in it. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do 10 next year, but I did meet my goal of 10 this year. Or last year. Yeah, last year. I don't know if I'm going to do 10 this year. I'm all screwed up about years. All right, so those were like kind of primary products. Moving on to face products, I did have a goal of 5 foundations this in 2023. I did use 6 as of the last update. So I had already met my goal, but I do have 2 other foundations I finished. The Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in number 23. I love this product. Holy Grail favorite. And I also finished a deluxe size of the Touch in Sol Advanced Real Moisture Liquid Foundation. So that's done. So I ended up finishing 8 for the year. For concealer, my goal was 5. As of the last update, I had already hit my goal of 5, but I do have 2 more that I can share with you that I finished in 2023. The first is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. This was in the shade number 10, and it is finished. And then I also finished the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer in the shade number C3. So I ended up finishing 7 concealers in 2023. For loose powders, I had already hit my goal on this as of the last update. I wanted to finish 3. I've actually finished 5. I don't have any new loose powders to share with you that I have finished in 2023, or at least the last quarter. But I do have something to share for the pressed powder category. So my goal was 3. I had already hit the 3 goal last update, but I do have 1 more, which means I've hit 4. This is the Pat McGrath Blurring Setting Powder thing. And I did finish this. This is a lovely under eye concealer setting powder. I love this. Will definitely repurchase. For the bronzer contour category, I wanted to finish 3. I kind of knew I was going to finish 3 powder, or I was going to work on finishing 3 powder bronzers. And I did hit that goal before, or as of the last update. But I do have 1 more that I can share with you. I finished this deluxe size Nude Sticks All Over Face Bronze Glow, in Bondi Bay. So I got this done. Wasn't too difficult, to be honest. It's finished. So I finished 4 bronzers in 2023. For blush, I had a 2-part goal. The first goal was to finish 1 blush. I had actually finished 2 as of the last update, I'd finished 1 as of the last update, which is shocking. And I actually finished 2 more. All 3 of these were deluxe sizes. So I finished the Too Faced Love Flush Long Lasting 16-Hour Blush in Baby Love, deluxe size sample. It's all finished. And then I also finished a cream blush by AOA. This took all year. The Hush Cream Sheer Blush in the shade Cupid. So got that one done. So I finished a total of 3 blushes, which I totally didn't see coming. And then my second part of the blush category was to hit pan on 1 blush. I have actually hit pan on 2, and I shared that in my last update. Both of them were in the Tarte Color Wheel palette. So hopefully I can continue to hit pans in that palette. The next category is highlighter, and my goal was to finish 3 highlighters. As of the last update, I had finished 2, and I'm happy to say I have 2 more highlighters that I was able to finish in 2023. The L'Oreal True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator in the shade Ice. This one's been in my collection a very long time, so glad to get that one out. As well as this one. This is the Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Highlight in the shade Hefty Highlight. So I did get this one done. Yay. So 4 highlighters done in 2023. I also had a goal of hitting pan on 1 highlighter. I ended up hitting pan on 3, and I'd shared that in my last update as well. Moving on to eye products. I'm going to save lip products for last. Eye products. So my goal was to finish 15 eyeliners in 2023. As of the last update, I had finished 11. So I was like, can I finish 4 more? I don't know. I actually have 5 I was able to finish. Now 4 of these are liquid liners, and I'll be honest to say these 3 were very dry. The first one is the McQueen Waterproof Pen Eyeliner in the shade Black. I mean, these didn't last very long. It is what it is. And then I have 2 from Kat Von D. They're both the Tattoo Liner and Trooper Black. Now, this product made up for those because this one took forever to finish. It's the ColourPop Liquid Liner in Numero Uno, which is their black shade. You guys, it took me forever. Months of using this every day. So that made up for these other 3 that were duds. And then I did finish 1 more pencil liner. This is the Sephora Colorful Contour Eye Pencil in Love Affair. It was a deluxe size I finished. So, hit my goal of 15. I actually ended up using 16 in 2023. For mascaras, my goal was to use 20. I actually had already hit that goal. As of the last update, I had used 21. I do have several more that I can share with you that I finished. I have the NARS Climax Mascara. I love this one. Holy Grail favorite. Will always repurchase it. From Maybelline, I have the Lash Sensational Mascara. I do not like this one. Would not repurchase. MAC Magic Extension. Was not a fan. Would not repurchase. Cover FX Powerflex Mascara. Another one I was not a fan of. I think they've discontinued that, but I wouldn't repurchase if I could. The Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara. Love this one. Would repurchase. I've changed my mind about that mascara. I originally did not like it. And then the Petite and Pretty Fully Feathered Volumizing Mascara. I really wasn't a fan of this, but as I've thought about it, I'm like, maybe I need to try a full size of that. And maybe not. I don't know. I have so many mascaras that I love, so probably not. But anyway, I finished an additional 6. So I finished a total of 27 in 2023. Now, I think my numbers for mascaras are going to go down probably this year in 2024 and then moving forward because I have really depleted my deluxe size mascaras. I want to say I have 11 left in my collection, which if you would have seen my collection, I had so many. So the fact that I only have 11 left is like a miracle. That's been my goal for the last 2 years, is really to work on my deluxe size mascaras. So I may have a good amount finished in 2024, but I think moving forward, it's probably going to be a significantly less number of mascaras. But anyway, in 2023, it was 27. For brow products, I wanted to finish 5. As of the last update, I had finished 4, and I have 2 more to share that I finished before the end of the year. First off, I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Espresso. This one's all done. A nice staple brow product. It's a bit harder of a pencil, so if you prefer that, this is a great option. I also finished the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade number 5, this deluxe size. This is not a favorite of mine. I would not purchase this, even though I have 2 of these, I think in a full size. Anyway, 2 brow products finished, so that means I finished a total of 6 in 2023. So I hit my goal with brow products. Now moving on to eyeshadows. So my goal was 2 parts with eyeshadows. The first was to finish 8 eyeshadows total for the year. That was kind of a gimme, to be honest, because my Norvina palette had 14 and is it 14? Yeah, 14 eyeshadows. I was really planning on like working hard in the year to finish this. And then my Viseart Midsummer has 8. So I did end up finishing, I had 10 finished as of the last update. Most of them coming in these 2 palettes. I did have 1 in a Wet n Wild, my Baby Panette palette, the Wet n Wild one, which I actually need to pull out this palette. And most of the others coming in these 2. I think I had finished, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of this palette before the last update. And then I had finished 3 out of this palette. So I was able to finish 13 more eyeshadows. So 8 came out of this palette. Is that right? Actually, I finished a total of 18 because 9 shadows came out of the Norvina palette. So this palette is all done. I had finished 5 leading up to this update, and I have finished the remaining 9 out of here. And then I had also finished an additional 2 out of this palette. I have a total of 5 empty pans in this palette. And then I have 2 that were finished in this Wet n Wild palette. I'd finished one of the matte shades and the white shade up here. I still have this pink shade left. So that's 2 from there. And then the last one I was able to finish is actually a liquid pigment. This is by Milk Makeup. It's their eye pigment in Silent Disco. I was so happy to get this one finished. So those are the, 15 eyeshadows I finished? Is that what I said? The second part of my goal was to hit pan on 40 eyeshadow palettes. As of the last update, I had hit my goal on 40. So I'd already hit my goal just right at 40. But I have hit pan on 6 more eyeshadow palettes. So originally I had hit pan in 2 of the shades in this palette. My goal, which is the Buxom Dolly's Wild Side, my goal was to, this was in my project level up. It was level 4, so I needed to hit pan in 4. So I did hit pan in 4 shades, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 2 out of this palette. Then I have pan in the Natasha Denona Cupid palette in the shade Shell. Actually, let me open this up. There's Shell. I also have pan in another Natasha Denona palette. This is the Mini Metropolis, and I hit pan in the shade Jubilee. Next, I hit pan in the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and the shade I hit pan in is Libra Shimmer. I think you can see that pan right there. Then the last palette I hit pan in is in the Violet Voss Holy Grail palette. And I hit shade in the pan. I hit pan in the shade Ploof right there. Woohoo! So I hit pan in a total of 46 eyeshadows in 2023. Very excited about that. Let's move on to the lip category. So I had this broken up into 5 different categories. The first one are lipsticks. So any kind of lipstick, whether it be a bullet lipstick, a clicky lipstick, etc. A clicky lipstick. Is that here? So my goal for this category was to use a total of 15 lipsticks in the year. As of the last update, I'd only used 10. So I still had to finish up 5 lip products. I was a little concerned, but I actually surpassed 15, which I honestly cannot believe. Some of these were a surprise. Some of these I was working really hard on. So I think most of these were ones I was working hard on. So the first one I have is by Bite Beauty. It's the Amuse Bouche Lipstick in Date Deluxe Size. This one was one I don't think I was expecting to finish, but I rolled it into a project. I was like, let me just get this out. I want to get this one finished. This one was a surprise. The Kaja Heart Melter in the shade Honey Bun. I rolled this into a project for usage, like a number of uses, like 20, and I finished it before I hit that goal. I love this product, but I did finish it. From ColourPop, I have their Lippy Stick in the shade Last Call. This was one that I had identified I wanted to finish. So this is all done. I guess a part of it popped out. Oh, it's in the cap. I'm not using that. Go back in there. From Tom Ford, I have the Lip Color Matte in the shade Fascinator. This was in my lip service project. From Bare Minerals, I have the shade XOX. This is their Gen Nude lipstick, and I really quite enjoyed this formula, and it's all finished. From another Bite Beauty, I have the Amuse Bouche in the shade Taurus, one of my Holy Grail favorite shades. This is one I don't think I have taken to the lip lab to copy. That's going to have to happen. This is one that was in my A to Z, and I was like, I'm going to finish you. Smashbox Legendary Lipstick in the shade Fig. This is their old formula, and I worked really hard towards the end of the year to get this one finished. This one as well. From Pat McGrath, I have the matte lipstick in the shade Elson. This one was a feat because it is a red, and I finished a red lipstick. Holy moly, it's a miracle. The last lipstick that I finished, this one was a little bit of a surprise because I rolled this in for a usage goal into a project. It broke on me, and then by the time I finished the usage goal, there was not much left in here. So then I rolled it into another project to finish. I want to say Deck of Panning in the last update. This is the Tarte Color Splash lipstick in Salt Life, and it is all finished. I love this color, but you can't buy it anymore. Another one I may want to take to the lip lab to copy since you can't buy it anymore. Okay, so I ended up finishing a total of 19 lipsticks in the year 2023, which means I was 4 over my goal of 15, which yay, awesome. Lip balms, I had a goal of 15. I had finished a total of 13 as of the last update, and I have a total of 5 that I was able to finish since then. The first one is this Clinique Honey Pot lip. It's like a pot gloss, but I use this as a lip balm, so that's how I'm categorizing it. This was in my collection for a long time, so I was able to finish it. I also have a Burt's Bees lip balm in coconut and pear. The Burt's Bees Flavor Crystals in Tropical Pineapple. I did not like this formula, would not repurchase that. The Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Kiss Capuachu Lip Butter. I quite like this product. And then by EOS, their lip balm in Vanilla Bean. So I finished a total of 18 lip balms in 2023. The next category are lip glosses. I had a goal of using up 5 lip glosses in 2023. As of the last update, I had used 3. So since then, I was able to finish 6 more. I'm looking at that. I'm like, is that right? And it is. But I think I forgot to pull one. How could I forget the big one? The one that was a pain in the ass to finish. This one was the most challenging one by NYX, the Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. This has a lot of product. It's like 8 grams. Takes forever to finish. 8 mils, I'm sorry. Takes forever to finish, but I did finish it. Yay. Then I have the Marc Jacobs, I don't remember what they call these, Enamored High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Hey You. That one's done. That was in my Advent project. This one was one I wasn't counting on, but I looked at this and I'm like, there's not much left in here. So I went ahead and pulled it into our project to finish. The Rare Beauty, what do they call this? I think they're Balmy Lip Oil or something in the shade Nearly Mauve. I love the shade. Love, love, love. From Too Faced, I have the Hangover RX Pillow Balm Lip Treatment in the shade Candy Cane Bang. Definitely a gloss. From Bobbi Brown, this one took forever. The, what do they call it? Crushed Lip Gloss in the shade Smoothie Move. I don't think it's a lip gloss. It's called something else. But anyway, this took forever to finish. I even had this. All of these, I took the stopper out. I mean, it took a long time, surprisingly. The last one I was able to finish is by Dior. It's the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer. And I don't remember what the shade name is, but the shade number is 13. So I ended up finishing 9 lip glosses. So I definitely hit my goal since my goal was 5. There's 2 categories left. The first one is lip liners. I'd wanted to finish 3. As of the last update, I had actually finished 4. So this is an extra. This is the Pat McGrath lip liner, Permagel lip liner. I think that's what they call it in Suburbia. And it is all done. The last category is liquid lipsticks. My goal was to use 1. And I did. The Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in the shade Muse. This was beautiful. I finally finished a liquid lipstick. It's a miracle. So, I am super happy, proud, etc. that I was able to hit my goal on all of the categories that I wanted to. I thought some of these were, there's no way. And I was able to pull it out at the end of the year, which I'm super happy about. So yeah, all the goals met in 2023. Okay, let's talk goals for 2024, this year. So for the primer section, I'm going to share with you what I had set a goal as last year and how many I ended up using, and then what my goal is going to be this year. So for eye primers, last year I had a goal of 1. I ended up using 3. I'm going to go ahead and set my goal this year at 3. For face primers, my goal was 10. I ended up using 14, several of which were deluxe sizes. So I'm going to keep my goal at 10. I know there's several that I'm working on now that are long-term primers. So I'm going to keep it at 10. I think that's a good number. And for facial sprays, I'm going to keep it the same as last year, 10. I wanted to use 10. I used a 10. So we're going to keep it at 10. See if I can do it again. For face products, I'm going to start with foundations. I had a goal of 5 last year. I finished 7, so I'm going to keep it at 5. I think there was at least 1 that was a deluxe size last year, and I know I have 3 or 4 full sizes that I'm working on right now, most of which don't have very much use. For concealer, I had wanted to finish 5 last year. I ended up finishing 7. I'm going to keep it at 5. I think that's a good number. For loose powders, I had a goal of 3. I finished 5, but I'm going to keep it at 3 because a lot of my loose powders, there's not a lot of product used from them. So I'm just going to keep it at 3. We'll see how I do. For pressed powders, actually, you know what? I'm going to do 4 for loose because I know I have a teeny tiny little mini that's in my 100 Colorful Empties, and I know I'll be able to finish that. So I'm going to bump it up to 4. I usually like to do like 3, 5, 10, 15, but we're just going to do 4. For pressed powders, last year I had a goal of 3. I used 3. I'm going to keep it at 3. I do not like pressed powders, but I do need to finish them because they're not my favorite. For bronzers and contours, last year I had a goal of finishing 3. I ended up finishing 4, and this can be cream or powder. I'm going to set my goal at 2. I knew I was going to be able to finish 3 last year because I had so many that were close. I don't really have that many that are close now. I know I do have a goal of finishing a cream bronzer, and I really would like to finish the bronzer that's in one of my Hourglass palettes. I think those are the 2 that I'm going to hopefully finish. I don't think there's going to be any more, but we'll see. 2 is my goal. For blushes, I had a goal last year of finishing 1. I ended up finishing 3. So I'm going to keep it at 1. I'm trying to think what blush I have in a project to finish, if any. I have an Honest Beauty cream blush that I want to finish. So to be honest, that's probably going to be it. For the second part of that goal, I had a goal of hitting pan on 1, and I ended up hitting pan on 2. I'm going to set a goal of hitting pan on 3 this year. Really would like to get some usage on that Tarte Amazonian Clay Color Wheel palette. So that is one that I think I'm going to focus on hitting pan with maybe one other one. We'll see. I have some cream blushes I want to hit pan in. So that could always also be an option. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I already hit pan in one this year. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to bump that up to 5 because I'm including cream blushes here. And I know for a fact I have at least one other cream blush that I want to hit pan in. And I do want to hit pan in. I try to hit pan in 2 or 3 of the powder blushes in that Color Wheel palette. So I'm going to bump that up to 5. I'm stretching myself here. For highlighter, this again can be cream or powder. Last year I had a goal of finishing 3. I ended up finishing 3. I'm going to keep it at that, finish 3 highlighters. It can again be cream or powder. And then last year I had a goal of hitting pan on 1. I ended up hitting pan in 3. So I'm going to bump that up to hitting pan in 3 this year. All right, let's move on to lip products. For lipsticks, I had a goal of finishing 15. I ended up finishing, 19. So I'm going to keep it at 15. Yeah, I'm going to keep it at 15. I think 15 is a good goal to finish. Same thing with lip balms. I had a goal of 15. I ended up finishing 18, so I'm going to keep it at 15. For lip glosses, I had a goal of finishing 5. I ended up finishing 9. I'm going to bump that up to 7. Just see what I do. For lip liners, I had a goal of using up 3. I ended up finishing 5. I'm going to bump that up this year to 5 because there's several I'm working on that I want to finish and they're all kind of like partially used. So I am going to go ahead and bump that up to 5 this year. And for liquid lipstick, I finished 1 last year. That was my goal. I want to just have that same goal. Finish 1. Get 1 out of my collection. For eye products, I have a goal for eyeliners of finishing 15. That's what my goal was last year. I ended up finishing 16. So I'm going to keep that goal of 15 because I think it's going to be hard to finish 15. I mean, I ended up finishing like 3 of the Kat Von D tattoo liners, the deluxe sizes. And then that one that was also kind of a gimme was the McQueen. So I think it's going to be a challenge to finish 15, but I'm going to try it again this year. For mascaras, I finished a total of 20. Well, my goal was 20 last year. I finished 27. So I'm going to set a goal of 25, which I'm a little worried I might not be able to meet, but we'll see. And then for brow products, I had a goal of finishing 5 last year. I ended up finishing 6. So I'm going to keep my goal at 5 for this year. Now for eyeshadows, my goal was to finish 10 last year. I'm going to set a goal of 15. And the reason why I say that is because I have 14 shadows in all 3 of my Pan That palettes this year. And I think they're all doable. Plus I have a deluxe size. No, I'm sorry. Plus I have a MAC eyeshadow I want to finish. That's like just a cream white shade. And then there's also the last shade in this palette, which I really want to finish. And that'll actually be 16. So we're going to set a goal of 15 to see how well I do. And then last year I wanted to hit pan in 40 eyeshadows. I ended up hitting pan in 46. And I don't include my Pan That palette shadows in the hitting pan portion. That's in the finish portion. So I'm going to go ahead and bump that up to 50 to see if I can do it. So that is my makeup use up goals for this year. So I'm excited about how things are going to progress this year. Like I did last year, I will share with you quarterly updates and show you the things that I have finished since the last update and keep track of the numbers and all of that good stuff. If you have any thoughts on my goals for this year, let me know. I'd be interested to hear. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.